I have acquired the Boba Fett Slave One Microfighter, or Boba Fett Starship, whatever you want to call it. Opening it up and kind of building it, there was one thing I kind of noticed that I didn't really like. I took a nice little glance at my Playscale Slave One. Then I looked back at the Microfighter just for a second. Then I looked back for a second, and then I looked back at the Microfighter and I realized something. The Microfighter does not look that good at all, so let's fix it. Starting off with the minifigure, there's a couple things that I'd like to do. Obviously, it's a pretty decent minifigure, but there are a couple things wrong with it that are easy changes that we are going to do. First thing is the lack of rangefinder on the helmet. In the show, he does have a rangefinder, so let's put it on. I just used one of the spare rangefinders in any of the Mandalorian sets. I have so many of these, they're easy to do. Next thing we have here are the hands. They're a little boring, so we're going to fix that. This is really easy, honestly. I just use some dark gray hands. You can use brown, whatever color you want. I just wanted to give it a little bit more of a different contrast, not just all black, so it looks a little better in my opinion. So yeah, that's about it. You can also just grab the Boba Fett from the mech if you want to, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. You can use a Boba Fett, a new one or an old one, honestly, whatever you want to do with your set. Moving on to the actual issues I have with the Boba Fett Starship, we have, first, the wings. They're just not accurate. They're way too small. They just have a lack of color, so that's one thing that we're going to have to, unfortunately, fix. Then, we have this bottom part. As you can see, it's a little too thick and not as long, so also, we're going to have to fix that as well. Also, these turrets, like these flick-fire missiles, are bad, so, of course, let's fix it. Start off with the wings. The first thing we're going to do is take off this, weird triangle piece on both sides, because we just don't really need them. Next thing we have here is we have these two little bigger pieces. They're little on these yellow. You can use gray, whatever you want. Today I'm using these nice tan, but I am adding some nice little gray pieces and slope pieces to give it more of that tan and gray look that the Slave One does have. Adding them back on, as you can see, they're easy to add on. You can take them off, change them out, whatever you want, but overall it does look much better. I mean, it looks bigger. It has more of just a different look to it. As you can see, it looks more of the 2010 one. Super cool looking. So yeah, the next thing we have here is these turrets. These are not good at all. I hate them. I don't know why they're using flick-fire missiles. So to change that, it's actually really easy. One, take them off. Don't use them. We're still going to take this slow piece, but what we're going to do actually is that we're going to add this 1x2 plate to give it some length, and then we're going to add these little not cheese slips, but these little slope here with little studs, and then we're going to add some turrets on them. Super cool. And then we're going to add some nice little, I just use these weird pieces to mimic little blasters. You can use whatever you want, that works the same, but honestly, I feel like that this just worked best in my opinion. So yeah, obviously looking much better. Just look at this one. As you can see, they're smaller, not as weird looking, and they kind of just look better, or they mix better in general. So yeah, super cool. And it's looking much better already. The next thing we have here is this weird, the top of it. It doesn't look that good. On the Slave One, they have this gray slope on it and all this stuff. So, of course, we're going to change that. First off, you can take off the kind of top of it. You also want to move these kind of red pieces to the side, give them more space. And then you want to add this nice little slope, this little gray slope, to give it that gray look that the Slave One does have. Then you can put the piece back, put it back, and if you want to. This is one of the options you can do. As you can see, it kind of looks like it. But there's also another thing you can do if you want to make it look a little different. Obviously, taking off the pieces again, you can take this off, and then you can move that slope just one stud forward, and then you can add some of these two cheese slopes to kind of get that look, add that piece back, add all the stuff back, close the cockpit, and then you have this more of the weird, kind of more elevated look. I personally like this one more. I think it just moves a lot better, and I do genuinely think that it looks better in general. Of course, since we've done modifications, we'd have spare pieces, and if you want to keep them, you can, but if you want to put them back, here's what you can do. Taking these weird corner pieces, you can put them on the back, actually. You can hide them right here. I put them on this way, whatever. They just look best. And for these side turrets, if you don't want to put them in a bin or somewhere, I found that putting them right here is the best place to put them. They don't sit on properly, but they do fit on if you put them both there. Turning it back around, you don't really see it in the back. It's very well hidden. Kind of a good way to do it. So yeah, pretty cool. That's about it. Yeah, as you see, we have the fully modded version of it, and standing it up, what you can do, you can put them in however you want. Here, your Boba Fett. Again, you can use the old one or the new one. It works just the same. But sitting it down, it falls over. So, of course, let's fix it. A really easy solution to this is building a stand. Right here, I just have this cone piece, not this cone piece, but this clear piece, this clear stand. I have this nice little, these two side snot bricks right here. Really easy. I mean, this thing's 6 pieces long. If you can find maybe a better way to do it, this is just what I did out of as many pieces I had. I mean, it literally took me 12 seconds to make, and I think it looks kind of good. Obviously, you can make sure that the colors are the same. I didn't really care to. I just did this or whatever, but putting it on, as you can see, it does look pretty good, especially if you put it facing forward. You can't really see it. Yeah, I think it looks honestly really good, especially for the amount of pieces it had. Moving it back, as you can see, you can't really tell. That wraps up all of the modifications I could figure out for the set. If you know any more, please comment. I'd love to know. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I kind of put a little bit more effort into it, so if you did like it, maybe like or subscribe, whatever you want to do. I do have some more. I do have some reviews coming up, so if you do want to watch those, look out for them. They're going to be coming out really soon. That's about it, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great rest of your day, and have a good one.